guys, how's it going? Mark here. There's some things I had to get off my chest before I go on this backpack today. It's come to my attention that a few people have taken rather offense to my page, to my YouTube channel. They call me, and I quote, irresponsible, extremely reckless, and foolish. They don't like the way I backpack, but mostly I think it's because I put it on YouTube for all to see. Now, if this was a bunch of internet trolls, I honestly wouldn't really care. But these just happen to be like a couple of fairly respected social media backpackers, right? Now, I don't mind answering to this, you know, I'm not a politician, I don't dodge things, right? They do have a bit of a point, right? I mean, I came crashing into the woods very fast. My first year I did overnight backpacks. My second year I did multi-days, and I even injured myself for like 6 weeks, right? My third year I did the North Boundary Trail. My fourth year I did a 16-day. My day hiking trails too are pretty reckless, right? As far as my day hiking trails, for sure, I always say, you know, don't follow me. Don't do the things I do, especially when I feel like I'm doing something dangerous. And apparently I've been doing things even more dangerous than I thought, because these guys, yeah, their opinion of me putting everything up on YouTube like this is not good. It's not good at all. I honestly did not have much of an idea that it was that not good. Anyway, so there's that. On the other hand, you know, I always try to show how hard it is to be out backpacking. I mean, if I have difficulties, you see it. If I'm depressed, if I get hurt, if I fall, if I break something, you know, you guys always see it. And there's a lot of dangerous stuff on YouTube, right? Tons. And it's up to people watching to figure out if, you know, like whether they should follow or not. And, you know, it is the thing. But I think it's not such a bad idea to talk about safety a little bit more. And so before all my backpacks now, I'm going to talk about what it is you should know to come out and do backpacking safely. And I'll narrow it down quite simply. I won't go on and on and on. So I will for this one. I figure know yourself, know your trail, know your gear. And for a little extra safety, don't go alone. All right, so know yourself. So I'm going out on a 6-day backpack. I've done 6-day backpacks and more many times. I haven't done much backpacking this year. Last year I did big long ones and did the Camino. But I mean, yeah, so always be open to the fact that maybe I have to turn back at like Terrace Creek or at the cabin if I find that it's just a little too much for me, right? Okay, know your gear. I'm coming out here in September. My sleeping bag is a -3, and I actually slept at, I think it's called Prospector's Point, just back on David Thompson. And I was fine. I was warm enough. So I did actually have an extra sleeping bag as a blanket, and I think now I'm gonna leave it behind. I actually slept without anything on my legs and just a shirt. So if it really gets cold, if it gets like unexpectedly bad, I have good quality long underwear, and I have my puffy jacket. I can wear that. And if I'm cold, I'm cold, but I'm not gonna freeze, right? Yeah, I mean, know your gear. You know, there's 1,000 YouTube videos about gear on the internet. Not something I generally put out myself, but there's many of them out there. Okay, know your trail. The first thing is always, can this trail be done during this season? So September is a great time to go do most trails because it is low water season, and this is definitely a low water trail. There's a lot of crossings, and it's difficult to do in like July. Those are tough crossings, right? It is the Castleguard Meadows. It's been abandoned for 20-25 years. There's some very rough parts. The reason I'm doing it is because they want to do a prescribed fire in here. I have talked to the Banff National Parks office and they've given me a permit. They said there's probably not going to be a fire here this year. And yeah, it's about like 35 kilometers up to the Meadows. And I have, done quite a bit of research as far as I've watched people's videos. I've read, the trail guide. I have the map. I have found, find out everything you can about your trail, right? It doesn't hurt at all. The last one, don't go alone. Now, I'm a person who breaks this constantly. I always go by myself. Going with groups has its ups and downs. The big negative of that one is trying to get people together for certain days off because people just don't have the same days off. But there's an absolute indisputable truth about going as a group, and that is that it's much safer. Anyway, enough of that. I am ready to go backpacking. Okay, pretty much ready to go. One last thing, if you go by yourself, always take an inReach, some way of communicating with the outside world, right? On the South Boundary Trail, I even send a few text messages to my family, just to give them peace of mind, right? Let them know I'm okay. All right. I'm freaking out a little bit. This is an intimidating trail. I've never been down it. I found the trailhead, that's all I've done that. I did that like 3 years ago. I did some scouting while I was driving along this road. It's not an easy trail to find. And yeah, this is intimidating, but all you can do is go forward. And there's the roadside pullout you find using the Canadian Rockies Trail Guide. I'm gonna walk back along here. Here you go. Walk like 30 seconds and here's the way down. Okay. Very quickly, this is what you come to. A very sturdy bridge. Hopefully it'll be here for many years to come. I mean, this area has a prescribed fire that they're planning, but even then, for a few years it might still be good until all the burned black oak trees start falling all over the trail. Then it's going to get almost, yeah, they usually get pretty difficult after forest fires. Okay, I did not know people took horses down here. Maybe there have been some park staff down here recently. Well, I've been walking 2 minutes and it's already time to put on rain pants. It rained last night. You can see everything's hanging across the trail. And look what's already happening. So, oh well, I'm already stopping. There. That's gonna work better. It's okay. I know there's not much to see for the first little while, but the occasional view starting to move away from the highway now, so yeah. Well, that didn't take very long. This is famously the only bridge crossing on this whole thing. But even then, you gotta like slide down there and kind of move along, Yeah, a little tricky. It might be an abandoned trail, but someone came and put these boards on here. These boards are not all that old. I know there's been people who have come down and done what they could to keep this trail going over the years. They are wonderful souls. Here you can see here's kind of a little way down for the horses to cross. Well, the sun is out. I've ditched my T3 jacket. It's beautiful out here. It's awesome. This is my first backpack of the year. It's September. Right, I was outside the country for 8 months. So this is pretty much my only backpack of the year. I missed the backpack season in the Canadian Rockies, but so this is delightful. Oh yeah, this is just, oh, I love it. This is an old fire road, as there are a lot of these trails. It's straight and not a lot to see, but you know, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Can't complain. I have to get around that hump, go down the valley down there. Well, however long this road has been abandoned, there are still culverts doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Amazing how long some of those last. Wow, what a major snow slide avalanche brought this in. Apparently only a few years ago, like maybe 5-6 years ago, this was very difficult to get through, but some angel has come through and carved a swath with a chainsaw. Very, very nice. Nice view. Look at this thing. By all rights, it is standing water in the middle of a forest. You'd think it'd be covered in scum, there'd be reeds poking up, but no, it is absolutely crystal clear. You can see everything perfectly. The mountains, man, you just don't know what you'll find. Nice. And going here, still going underneath the trail instead of washing it out. Starting to see some river flats. This is not the river I'm walking along. This is the river that goes along the Icefields Parkway, and I can still hear the highway. It's only like 600 meters over there. Gotta go over here and to the right still, and that's coming up soon. Okay, here's the trail. I definitely know where I'm coming to take a break. Let's check this bad boy out. Nice. Look at that. Sweet. So nice, I even took my rain pants off. Oh, this is glorious. It's obvious I haven't been to the mountains for a long time. I mean, I haven't seen anything yet, really. I'm already just so enjoying this. The heck is this? Well, trail junkie can never be made happy. Here's a mysterious trail just going off in the middle of nowhere. I think it must go down to the river, and then people can, you know, like launch their pack rafts or cross with the horses or whatever. I have no idea. Anyway, moving on. Well, the road has now turned into the Alexandra River, so I have basically dead quiet as far as the highway. I thought once I got to this point I'd be alongside the river, but nope. It's pretty much just straightforward fire road, but I'm well aware that this is basically the easiest part of the trail, so I might as well enjoy the fact that I can bang off more kilometers on it. Oh, random creek going over the under the road. Got to say, ever since this thing turned up Alexandra Valley, it just goes straight, and it's gotten a little boring. There's a few more kilometers, I think of this, before I get to the braids. Oh, a left turn. Woo! But yeah, just pounding off kilometers. Well, things are starting to open up a little bit. You can see the river braids down there are something. I mean, it's huge. A big valley, right? I'm eager to get down there, but I know it's going to be a while still. What's going on here, I wonder? Not entirely sure. Well, getting a few views. You can see here that pine beetle has taken hold in this valley. If you ask me, they should burn down everything that has pine beetle. So, it's not a bad idea to burn down this valley, right? Well, a lot of unofficial camping back here. This is unofficial campground number 1. And an option for, if I feel like walking back a little extra on my last day, I can walk back to this, and then then it's a short walk out of here, right? About 9, maybe 10 kilometers now I've done now, so. Sweet. Broke out a little faster than I thought. Wow. Fantastic. Trail is just back here. It keeps going along the banks for a while. Wicked. Well, now the hiking is just delightful. According to the book, that was the 10.9 kilometer mark, so it's a bit of a trudge through the fire road, but then you come to this. Man, this is awesome. Looking back on the trail, the fire road must have gone down there at some point, because now it's starting to get a little interesting up on the bank. A few surprises. Down level with that. Now look how high I've climbed back up. Whew. All right. Moving on. Well, it's tricky along here for a while. And then you come to this, which might have been the old trail. But I think this is where people generally will cross and just start walking the river flats, right? And I see, oh, those are footprints, unmistakable. All right, so over there, carry on. All right, just making my way up here. Every so often there's a water event. They have these big scarpas that are heavy, but they are beautiful in these situations. You just don't worry about water, right? Let's figure this out. Wow. These flats are pretty cool. Not sure I'm on the right track, but a bunch of horse tracks certainly does help. Okay, another random camping spot and a bit of a crossing and a weather station over there too, portable. Of course, they are monitoring this area, trying to do a prescribed burn, so that makes perfect sense. All right, there's the weather station, and just kind of walking along. I know there's an old outfitter cabin here. And you know what? It's pretty hidden, right? Can you see it? No, you can't. Look at that. Well, there's a much better little camping spot here as opposed to the one over there. Looks like an old outhouse. And yeah, this guy. Corral. Ooh, this thing's really falling apart. Any animals in here? Coyotes, bears? Nope. An old dry sack. Okay. Isn't that intelligent? It's a saw. Keep it out of the elements, right? Not bad. Well, this thing definitely was bigger once upon a time. There's a big hole there, it goes down a ways, so that was a cellar or an outhouse in there. I can't imagine it to be an outhouse. But then there's a whole other building over here too. Cool. Might have to go look at some history on this guy. Castleguard Meadows, see what I can find. See what this might have been. Interesting. Cabin's back there. I heated up some soup while I let it cool down. I thought I'd wander up here, see if I can't find the old Terrace Creek campground. Instead, I find this flagging. And another one up there, and the trail just goes around the corner there. And here I thought I was just gonna follow along in there. Okay, cool. Boy, I've been having Mr. Noodle for lunch for some time. Chicken noodle or beef, but I tried spicy chicken on this one and thumbs down. Unfortunately, I have like 10 more of them. Oh well, gotta try new stuff sometimes. Terrace Creek in September. There's a chance I could have even made it across this just in my boots, but decided not to take the chance because if the water went in the top of them, I'd be very upset. Plus my feet could use a good soak in the cold water, so I'm gonna start rocking the Crocs. All right. Oh, so cold but so good. Holy crap. Whew. All right, there's one. This is an adventure if you're here in July or something. In September, it is not. All right. It's a bit laborious taking off and putting on the big boots and everything that goes along with it, but worth it. Got to be done sometimes. Got to go find the campsite that's up here. And you got flagging. There's almost nothing to mark the trail even now. And when the forest fire comes through, wipes out all the tagging, it's going to be even harder. So people who've never been here, they'll have a hell of a time. You walk up Terrace Creek and oh, there we go. There's the campsite. Not bad. Not bad at all. A bunch of nice space back here for tents. That fire deal was about 50 meters back there. There are like some unofficial campground hiding back there from the old days. Nope. But hey, who am I to let curiosity get in the way of, you know, well, it took me like 20 seconds to come up here, so. Someone's in here doing a little bit of chainsaw work. Look at this big one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoever it was, they ran out of gas. Figuratively, literally or mentally. Well, I'm over that small crap. Someone has built kind of a big cairn here. All right, still going. Right now I don't have to climb over anything, so we're good. Keep working our way down this valley. Well, the deadfall has gone away for now. I have nothing but easy walking with beautiful views. So, see you along this lass. Look how all the white fluff just goes around the trail like that. And here we go. Nice walking over. I am unsure, but I think this is where they tried to start a fire last year and it just didn't happen. I mean, you see up here, all these needles are fine, and yet the stuff down here is all charred. So what you ended up with a lot of trees that got charred on the bottom, and then they fell across the trail because it's just a slight incline this way. So you got this. Outstanding. Well, ever since Terrace Creek, you know, the trail has never been hard to follow. You can see there's enough traffic over the years, you know, either animals or human or horses or whatever, to keep the little white fluffs from invading. So it makes a nice little line through everything. Quite nice, really. Man, I'm tired. Got about 3 kilometers left. I've done like 3-4 days of backpacking in Guatemala, Nicaragua, that sort of thing. That's in a year. I mean, the Camino doesn't count. I mean, my legs got strong, my back, kinda. But yeah, now I'm trying to do 20 kilometers. I got six days of food on my back. I'm feeling it. Just a few more kilometers left. Hopefully they're not hard kilometers. Yeah, another old building. Cool. Right beside, right before, I gotta cross something here, right by a water source. Ah, yeah. You can see that this was a bridge once, right? You can see the nails sticking up out of it. Alrighty, let's see if I can find some rocks. No problem. You can see here, I missed this. There's an old can right here. I'll have to explore that a little more fully when I come back. In the meantime, it is break time. Okay, this is for measuring the amounts of snow that fell every year. They use it to help assess flooding. And now, I got this incredibly old sign. Wow. I've never even seen signs in this style. This is completely different. Cool. Okay, the old warden cabin should be just up ahead someplace. Let's see if, I went ahead and climbed up away from the flats. I think people in the past have gone and camped down there, so, but I'm already up here. I already did the work, so let's see what I can find. What kind of camp spot that would be by the cabin. Okay. This is pretty rustic for a warden cabin. Usually generally they're pretty nice. A tack shed, locked up tight. Lots of wood. Well, I wonder if this will still survive a prescribed fire. She's locked up tight. That is no surprise. There's 2 doors on this thing. Okay, I just closed the door. Oh. Well, that seems okay. I think I'll probably stay here. Nice view, right? I can hear a water source down there. Yeah, why not? It's currently 6:30, so I started walking at 10:45. Oh, my goodness. 6.5 hours, 45 minutes. 7 hours, 15 minutes, I think. I can't do math right now. I just can't. 7 hours, 45 minutes. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why this was done. They cleaned all these trees off and then they stacked them all over here. And they pretty much built a corral here. There's a prescribed burn here, so why wouldn't you cut down like 25 trees, like do some real work in here, like everything that's near this thing, to try and save it? I don't know. Oh well, I'm not in charge. Yeah, outhouse is still in decent shape too. Cool. Go see what the water source is like. That was good food, man. I enjoyed this one. It is just salty enough for me, and I like the mushroom taste. I think I'm gonna have some hot chocolate too. I know that I will definitely have to get up and go pee. Every time on the North Boundary Trail, every time I had to get up and pee, or I had to pee like a racehorse until morning. But screw it, I have an extra one, I'm making her up. That is a nice treat. The only thing about a jet boil is it takes about 7 million years to cool down. I think it's too efficient at keeping the heat in. I pretty much can't believe everything went to plan. I'm here. I did 20 kilometers out of 35. I know tomorrow's gonna be even tougher, but yeah. One down, one to go, like damn. And we get some much needed sleep. Good night.